The time is now 5:53 on this Wednesday morning, and here is what you need to know before you go. We now know the name of the Hoyt Lakes man who died in a motorcycle crash in Lake County Monday. Yesterday, the Minnesota State Patrol identified the victim as 34-year-old Derek Church. Authorities say he was driving on Highway 1 when his motorcycle went off the road and ended up in the ditch. Authorities say he was wearing a helmet. Now, in looking ahead, we now know when we could expect to see an end to massive long years construction project here in Duluth. The Minnesota Department of Transportation gave updates on the Twin Ports interchange at their public outreach meeting on Tuesday. They announced that construction on the Highway 53 bridge and its entrance and exits will be done on November 4th. Currently, for Highway 53, they are working on deck rebars and pours, which will wrap up in August. As for upcoming closures, parts of 21st Avenue West will be closed for 3 weeks sometime after July 4th for reconstruction. Now, Planned Parenthood is closing 4 of its Minnesota health centers, including the one in Bemidji. The closures come amid federal spending cuts and in anticipation of the budget package working through Congress, which would further defund Planned Parenthood. In addition to the Bemidji Clinic, centers in Alexandria, Apple Valley, and Richfield will close. That will put 66 people out of work, while 37 others receive reassignment offers. And 2 new wolf pups have arrived over in Ely. You can see them there, ready to be ambassadors for their species. So these pups, born elsewhere in captivity back in April, are now at the International Wolf Center. They'll be available for visitors to see starting June 3rd, so that'll be next week, and will be introduced to the rest of the center's exhibit Wolf Pack in August. So we're going to take a look right here, a live look, that is, of the Wolf Center's camera. So the wolves might be hiding right now, but they'll come out. But I think there's one laying over there in the top right against the wall, so you get a little sneak peek here. Might be playing next hour, but Wolf Center leaders say allowing the public a glimpse into wolves and their lives helps people understand their social nature and what makes these animals top-level predators.